Hello everyone and welcome to this information session about Change 100 in 2026. My name's Amy and I am a Youth Employment Officer on the programme, and I run what is known as the Professional Development Programme, or PDP segment of Change 100, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later on. Just to describe myself for the purpose of accessibility, I am a 40-ish white woman. I have short brown hair. Today I am wearing a sort of navy blue kind of tartany jumper, a bit of blue and green on it. I also have a heart-shaped necklace and I have some light pink framed glasses on as well. I will be sharing a slideshow whilst talking today, but everything that isn't decorative will also be described verbally too. And on this slide, there is one of our fantastic Change 100 interns, Lois, who did her internship with Royal Berkshire Fire and Rescue Service. And she's there dressed in all the heavy duty firefighting gear. And from her big smile, you can tell that she had a fantastic placement. She wasn't fighting fires, but the fact that she is there on the kind of apparatus floor with all of that gear on just shows how she got really stuck in to the experience. You are joining or looking to join the programme at a really exciting time. Recently, Change 100 transferred to its new home at Ability Pathways, a community interest company, or CIC, owned by Ingeus, a leading provider of employment and skills programmes with over 30 years of experience. The programme will still be not-for-profit, with everything reinvested into making it bigger and better. So it's a fantastic opportunity to grow the programme and to deliver long-term employment support. It will be the same team, the same programme, the same amazing support, but just in a shiny new home. And I just want to, really reiterate how excited that myself and the rest of the Change 100 team are about this fantastic opportunity and everything that kind of lies ahead for us as a team, for the programme, and for all of you when you hopefully join us. So what is Change 100? It is our incredibly successful programme of paid 3-month internships, professional development and mentoring for talented university students and recent graduates with a disability or long-term condition. A question came up in one of the previous sessions about what we meant by talented. Obviously, everyone who is accepted to the programme will have been educated to degree level or working towards their degree, but we don't ask for a particular classification of degree, and we don't ask you to submit any kind of transcripts or proof of grades or anything like that, because we also recognise the other ways you may be talented, such as being really creative, being a great communicator, having a really good way with words, or being really great at building relationships with people. So that's what we mean when we say talented. We're now in our 13th year and we've supported over 1,500 interns, and as a team we're also passionate about the difference this programme can make, and we're delighted to potentially have you on board. So you're here watching this because you've heard about us and you're interested, but what can we offer you and what makes us unique? So Change 100 will give you training and advice tailored specifically to your needs as a disabled person in the workplace. For example, asking for adjustments. This is a huge reason why so many people apply to the programme. You may have become confident in an academic setting, asking for kind of the adjustments you need to help you overcome any barriers that you face. But once you get to the workplace, it becomes kind of a whole new scary world, and you're not quite sure what you can ask for, and what the employer is allowed to ask you, and all of those things that might just be holding you back. So that is absolutely something we will help you with on the programme, and we will help you to build your confidence in a really, really supportive environment. Whether that's the support you get via email or on the phone from one of the friendly team, whether it's when you attend one of our sessions, or whether it's with you meeting one of our fantastic partner employers. Now, all of our employers just completely get it. They come back and they work with us year on year just because they recognise the talent that is there in our cohorts, and they're really committed to helping to overcome any barriers and to bring out the best in you as employees. And we also do lots of training with our employers in barrier-free onboarding and recruitment, and how to be a supportive, inclusive mentor as well. You will also get the experience of being a valued employee. You will not just be considered as the Change 100 intern, over there kind of doing a bit of filing, photocopying, making cups of tea. You will be getting thoroughly stuck in. You will be contracted and paid as any other employee. You will just have that extra layer of support, that kind of safety net there with the Change 100 team, and knowing that your line manager, your mentor, and the team around you are fully committed to making the workplace as inclusive as possible for you. The photo on this slide kind of fully encompasses the experience that you will have, and the fact that you will not just be there, making cups of tea in a corner. So we have Ross in this photo, who was employed with Bellway Homes up in Scotland. And he's there in a hard hat and high vis vest on some scaffolding on a building site, just kind of surveying everything in front of him. And he's got a big smile on his face, which just goes to show the fantastic experience that you will have on your internship. It's also not just about the internship. Change 100 also gives you access to loads of further opportunities, the chance to network with lots of other employers and professionals and partner organisations to support you, as well as the chance to become a part of our alumni network to continue supporting you on your employment journey. So moving on to the eligibility criteria, which I know is the thing that most people want to know. So you must consider yourself to have a disability or long-term condition, and it's important to note here that we will not ask you for any proof or to see any of your diagnosis letters or anything like that. Your undergraduate or postgraduate degree needs to have a completion date between 2020 and 2027. So roughly translated, this means that you're either in your penultimate or final year of study, whether that's your undergraduate or postgraduate degree, or that you graduated within the last 5 years. You also need to be eligible to work in the UK for the duration of your internship. So that's just something you need to bear in mind if you are currently on a student visa or a graduate visa. Now, if you're in the process of sorting that out, please don't let that hold you back from applying, but just bear in mind that you won't be able to be matched with one of our employers for an internship if you don't have that right to work in place. If you have any queries at all, you can email us about your specific situation, and I'll give you the email address at the end. Other than that, there is no essential knowledge or experience required. We just ask you to be open-minded, to be enthusiastic, to be ready to kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone, and to not come in with any kind of fixed idea about where you want to end up. Because often the best and most successful internships are those where people just say yes, push themselves out of their comfort zone a little bit, and just take the opportunity that's offered to them. And on the slide here, we have the lovely Iona, who was partnered with the National Lottery Heritage Fund. And she is here in front of a big screen making a presentation to the Scottish Government. And this is something that was thoroughly out of her comfort zone, and she just absolutely smashed it. So just to, reiterate, the possibilities and the opportunities are endless for you. You just need to have that mindset that you're willing to just take it all in and grab the opportunity with both hands. So in terms of what we mean when we say you need to have a disability or long-term condition, now this is not a definitive list. If your condition does not feature on this page, that by no means means that you can't apply. This is just to give you an example of, some of the categories of conditions, because often people don't realise that they are eligible to apply. So things like neurodivergent conditions, so dyslexia, dyspraxia, autism and ADHD, mobility impairments, sensory impairments, conditions such as IBS, diabetes, Crohn's, epilepsy, chronic fatigue, other chronic pain conditions like fibromyalgia, mental health conditions such as anxiety, depression, bipolar, OCD and anorexia. If you're an older lady like myself, effects of the menopause, that can also count as well. as well as many, many other things that are not listed here. And to reiterate again, we don't ask for proof, and neither will your employer. Moving on to our roles then. So flexibility is really key when considering any opportunity, as every single role we offer will give you transferable skills, and many of our interns have found a new career path this way. So the roles are typically for 3 months, sometimes slightly less, sometimes more. At least 25% of our interns for 2025 have had their internships extended or made permanent, which is fantastic. So although it's not a guarantee, it does happen, and it does happen often. We are trialling rolling start dates this year and rolling applications. So you'll notice there's no closing dates on the website for Change 100 applications. This is great because it means if you're a graduate and you're available to start work earlier, and we have an employer that wants somebody to start earlier, we may well be able to match you with someone and you can start your role before the summer. Of course, many of you will be in your penultimate or final year, so you won't be able to start until the summer, which is absolutely fine. Typically, most roles probably will be around the kind of June, July, August time, but we want to reiterate that this year there's going to be more flexibility there, and we will keep accepting applications for the programme as long as there are still roles to be filled. The earlier you apply, obviously, the kind of more opportunities you'll have available to you. So we would encourage you to apply as soon as possible. But if you are watching this video and it's kind of February, March time, please equally don't panic. Do still apply. There will still be plenty of opportunities for internships and for all the other supports that we offer as well. All of the roles will be paid at least national living wage or above. Many offer fantastic bonuses, and you'll also be eligible to leave and things like that, kind of proportionate to the amount of time that you are placed there for. There's a mixture of full-time and part-time roles available, as well as in-person, hybrid and remote opportunities. I think around 4% of the roles last year were remote. So if you're somebody whose your disability or condition would mean that you needed a remote placement, please do still apply, because those placements are out there. There are roles across the UK in very varied sectors like marketing, engineering, finance, and lots more. Obviously, the bigger cities tend to have more roles, with lots in London, but then we also have roles all over Scotland, Wales, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle, down on the south coast, around Chichester, Surrey. So there are just so many opportunities. Just really consider if there are people you can stay with, like family and friends. If you're at university, do you have university accommodation that you could use during your internship, which will then give you 2 locations, your home location and your university location, to help widen your chances a little bit. We unfortunately can't pay to relocate you for the 3 months of your internship, but we can provide some financial help just to get you started until you get that first paycheck. So for example, to pay for a travel card until you get your first month's wages, or to pay for a few nights in a hotel until you can get some accommodation sorted. So there are lots of ways in which we can support you. So we partner with organisations who believe that disability isn't a barrier to a brilliant career. They appreciate the value that talented disabled students and recent graduates can bring to their organisations. And here are just a few of them. So we have Wall to Wall, who are a television production company, Arts Council England, Rolls-Royce, UNICEF, Unilever and NHS England. When you apply to Change 100, you won't know where you are placed. We will work to match you to a role that's a good fit for your interests. And as I just mentioned, you may be offered a role that you hadn't previously considered. So we do encourage you to be open-minded, as all of our roles provide the opportunity for personal and professional development. And the most successful placements for both the intern and the company happen because of flexibility and being open to trying new things. Moving on then to the professional development programme, and I'm slightly biased about this because this is the area of the programme that I lead. And the fantastic thing about Change 100 is that as soon as you're accepted onto the programme, and regardless of whether you're matched to an internship or not, you will all have access to this, which is often referred to as PDP. So we will help you to gain confidence in sharing your disability and asking for adjustments, as I mentioned earlier on. This will be through a variety of webinars, workshops, videos, recorded sessions, covering a variety of employability skills, such as how to write a really good cover letter, succeeding in an interview, how to get through assessment centres and things like that. There will also be the chance to network with industry professionals, and this is very much led by your interests. For example, in 2025, we had lots of people interested in the civil service and the fast stream. So we ran a couple of sessions all about different careers within the civil service, as well as the fast stream, how to apply, how to get a mentor when you're applying. So there's so many things that we can provide for you. We also offer expert advice and support from some of our partners within the disability space, such as Evenbreak, who are running a virtual careers fair for us this year, Patchwork Hub, who have an inclusive jobs board, and they often send over roles and things that they think our cohort would be interested in, and they come along to sessions and things as well. Accessibility Partners, who have supported many of our cohort through applying for access to work. So we are not just going to be giving you a website address and saying, here you go and look at this. We can make introductions for you, we can set up meetings, we can invite people along to talk to you. That will have the biggest impact. And if you're someone who doesn't learn well from sessions like this, where you're having to sit and listen to someone, we also offer more informal kind of drop-in sessions where you can just bring a cup of tea, come along, have a chat, bring your CV, go through some interview questions, as well as kind of more personalised guidance via one-to-one mentoring and that kind of thing. So most importantly then, how to apply, because hopefully after watching all of this, you are still keen, raring to go, and as soon as you finish watching this, you are going to go onto the application form. So that is the first step. You fill in some kind of basic details and you also submit your CV. On the first section, it will ask you to select 3 skills that you can bring to the programme. Lots of people had some issues with the kind of AI in the system going through your CV and automatically picking out all the skills so that you ended up with more than 3 skills listed. So before you click submit, please just double check that you only have 3 skills listed. That is the most common reason why the application form won't submit, and you just kind of get that little loading wheel going round and round. But if you have any trouble at all, you can just get in touch with us and we can help you out. You will then be asked to answer further questions about your suitability for the programme, which are sent to you after you receive the application. Generally, you'll get these within 7 to 10 working days. This may take slightly longer. Just be patient with us. If you haven't received them, please do get in touch. The team do not mind answering your emails at all. When you're answering these questions, please take your time. They're a really important part of the selection criteria. By all means, use AI to check your answers and to see where they can be improved, but we can spot where there's no human touch and where you've purely used AI. And we really want to get to know you. So just make sure that you and the essence of who you are is coming through on your application form. And just double check you've actually covered what we are asking you. While you are waiting to hear about your application, we do also send fortnightly emails as well, just to update on timelines, any issues that anyone's having, anything that you could maybe be doing while you're waiting, any tips for enhancing CVs and things like that. So yeah, you'll hear from us a lot. And then once you have been accepted onto the programme and you become part of the 2026 cohort, we will look to match you to a suitable opportunity as and when the roles come through. We will then arrange a call to you to discuss your suitability for any role that we found that we think is a good match for you. This is not a formal interview, it's more of an informal chat, but we do want to check that you are someone that we're happy to put forward to our employer, and also that you're happy as well with all the details of the role. We will then support you to write a cover letter for the role as well, and you may be asked to attend a barrier-free and supportive interview with the employer, and we will support you through this. And then PDP and support begins. Now, myself and the rest of the team could speak all day about the benefits of the programme as we see them, but it's perhaps more powerful for you to hear from some current members of our 2025 cohort. So pictured on this slide is Mahmood during his recent internship at Overbury. He's all decked out in a high-vis vest, hard hat, and is operating some kind of impressive-looking, dangerous tool whilst on one of their construction sites. And Mahmood has had a fantastic experience, which we asked him to sum up in 100 words. So effectively, his Change 100 in 100. And this is what he said. My technical services internship at Overbury has been incredibly enriching thanks to the amazing team I've been lucky to work with. From day one, I was involved in meetings, on-site testing, and working alongside architects, consultants, and subcontractors. I've contributed to fit out projects for major clients, each one offering new challenges and learning opportunities. I never imagined myself in building services, but now I'm genuinely excited about the field. Our team is not just professional, but also a lot of fun. Our Thursday socials have made settling into London so much easier. It's a brilliant place to learn and grow. And what I took from this is the part about him attending the Thursday socials. And I think that just reiterates what I said about you being treated as any other employee. So if your team are all getting together and going out, you will be right there in the thick of it, going along with them. If you would like to, of course. I know for some people that idea of socialising outside of work would fill them with absolute dread. But if you are someone that likes to do that, then you will absolutely be invited along. And then we don't want you to underestimate the benefit of the PDP element of the programme and all the other bits, as well as the internship. Because even if you don't get an internship, you are not going to be shortchanged in any way. Many of our cohort have gone on to secure other internships and jobs because of the skills that they have gained from us and the support. And one such person was Cole, and she couldn't even fit her experience into 100 words. So this is her Change 100 in 100-ish words. So I attended the PDP element without receiving an internship offer. I'm grateful for these workshops and webinars because they teach soft skills and life skills I did not know before starting my career. I'm a career changer. I had to learn how to handle these issues through experience alone. Now, as I transition into my new career, reviewing these tips helps me understand how to proceed with my best foot forward. For example, I've previously written acceptable cover letters, but now I am aware of a specific format that makes my sentences more engaging. These sessions also reassure me that I'm not alone in feeling a certain way about situations in both the workplace and social settings. I like how we can figure this out together. And that last part I really loved from Cole's account of her experience, because you're not alone. You're going to have the chance to interact with lots of other people going through the same experiences, whether that's through your peers also on the programme, having a chat at the drop-in sessions. We've had other ways to connect this year, for example, through a Discord group, as well as a LinkedIn group as well. In the future, there may be opportunities for in-person meetups and things like that. Also, the Change 100 team, many of us have lived experience as well, so we also, really get it. And you're definitely not going to feel alone in the sometimes really daunting world of job hunting and figuring out your next step on the career ladder. So that is it from me for now. So thank you so much for watching. Now, if you have any questions, please do send those in to us at applications@change100.org.uk. And we'd absolutely love to hear from you. You will also find a FAQ document on the website as well. So do have a look at that. and that's at change100.org.uk. So yeah, we really look forward to hearing from you and hopefully having you on board for Change 100 2026. Thank you very much. Goodbye.